took a L, but tonight I bounce back. Wake up every morning, by the night I bounce back.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Sierato back at you one more time again, and of course today we are doing something hot, some fire, some heat.
Nice.
They're kind of hot. I am finally jumping into the My Hero. I've been getting the requests for forever, but for this piece I actually have another one coming up that's gonna be even doper. So I wanted to save some of the signature characters. You know, when you hear My Hero, you're like, oh, it's gonna be some Deku, it's gonna be some All Might. You know, that's the first thing your mind goes to. So I'm saving those two for a different piece because it's so obvious. This time around, I wanted to do something people are gonna look at it and be like, oh, he used those. Those are different. But these are actually two of my more favorite characters, actually, because I think Deku gets a little annoying sometimes. But these guys, I feel like, are just, especially Todoroki, I feel like it's just like super badass, and like I wanted to go with a little bit of that, use some of that, you know, ice and flame side, you know, to kind of impact the theme. You know, one of them's got the cold side, one of them's got the, you know, well, they both got the heat side, but one that's his own. You know, the explosions is his whole entire thing. You know, I wanted to do a little bit of work in the background to kind of really kind of show that. And I feel like the way that I did this actually came out really cool, and I was able to keep some of the accent pieces that came with the shoe as like a perfect representation of the rest of the show. You know, all the different colors that come on the soles that, you know, initially stood for the March Madness. You know, every team in the, you know, in each conference had a kind of a color representation on the shoe, but actually translated into now it's every hero with a super, you know, has a different type of color and feel, and that kind of represents itself on the shoe as well. So, you know, every different kind of uniform and every kind of you know, costume is kind of represented on the soles of the shoe, and you know, the swoosh just gives it that nice, like, superhero, like, these are super dope kind of feel. You know, that iridescent that you don't get on every kind of shoe. I wanted to make sure I use that in some kind of way. So sit back, check them out, and I'll catch you guys at the end of the video. Oh, and make sure you drop a like on these bad boys, man. Come on, like, some of these last couple videos been lacking, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I put a lot of work into some of these joints, so like these joints, share them, like send them to your peoples, your homeboys, your sister, your girlfriend, your not girlfriend if you don't have one of those. Everybody. And I'll catch you guys at the end of the video. Alright, so first I'm gonna go ahead and find in my shoe rack here these Kyries that I'm looking for. And we're gonna take these bad boys outside, check them out in the light, and see what the base shoe looks like before we get rolling. Now I'm gonna prep the shoe, I'm gonna tape it, and I'm gonna do anything else we need to do, like add our adhesion promoters and our flex, you know, shout out to Remix, it's my homegirl, and get ready for painting. Now for this piece, I'm gonna be using vinyl stencils. I'm gonna show you guys actually how I do a lot of these vinyl stencils, you know, make sure that the, you know, the UA, you know, logo looks the way it's supposed to, and I'm gonna find whatever other images we need to use and some silhouette pieces, and I'm gonna show you guys how to cut them out and place them on the shoe. Now that I've got my reference materials for, you know, our stencil pieces, I'm gonna go ahead and place these images into the Silhouette program. Now I'm gonna go to the trace settings over here on the right, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna box out, you know, put our trace square around, you know, our images, and then I'm gonna go ahead and mess with our high pass filters until we can get like a full yellow, but not something where it's like washing out the edges, you know, just get it to that right kind of, you know, eyeball it a little bit and get it to kind of where it needs to go. Then I'm gonna go to the cut section. I'm gonna go ahead and hit our cut tool, and I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna remove the insides of our original image, and that's gonna leave us with just our traced outline. Now I'm gonna take a ruler, I'm gonna measure the size of the areas that I'm actually placing these stencils to on the shoe, so I know how big they need to be, you know, width-wise and length-wise. And then I'm gonna shrink and adjust our sizes of our stencils before we actually go to cut them. since some of these have a little bit smaller pieces, I'm gonna go ahead and adjust the cut speed and other settings like that to make sure it's the right depth and the needle's not gonna go too far or whatever. You actually really only need to do this like once or twice when you first get the machine, and after that, just kind of leave it on the settings you're using it. I only cut stencils with this. I'm not doing like plastic or anything else like that, so I don't really have to mess with that. So it's pretty much good to go now. But if it was you, make sure you check that. Now I'm gonna send them to cut, watch the machine go to work here, and then I'm gonna pull out my stencil, cut them, into sizes, into little manageable squares and whatnot, and I'm gonna go ahead and place them to our shoe.
Don't feel right. It made me put away my pride. So long, you made a nigga wait for some.
I'm also gonna go ahead and remove one of the swooshes on the outsides of these shoes to make it easier to line a smooth portrait. Now I'm gonna jump into the line work of our portrait pieces.
I can make this mine.
Now I've got our line work situated. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the background. I'm gonna, like I said, go with a fire and ice kind of approach, as one is the explosive, one is the ice guy. So I'm gonna make sure I put blue on one shoe and red on the other, and then kind of mesh them together as best as possible. Now I'm going to redo the line work here on all our portrait pieces and make sure they look exactly like how they would if you were watching the show. And then let's fill in the last stencils and finish these bad boys up.
As always, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to the channel right down here. Follow the links as well if you would like to buy your own shoes at Sierato.com. Similar videos, we're going to go right over here. If you want to see the vlog, personal side of the business, check out my vlog channel, personal lifestyle channel right down here. I'll see you guys next time.